Hi guys. Um, I'm making this video because I just wanted to talk about how bright headlights are. I do drive, but I'm a pedestrian most of the time, and I do a lot of walking at night, and I end up blind by all these headlights, and I don't get it. Um, I remember when I was a kid. I'm only in my late 20s, so I remember when I was a kid that lights were not that bright. The street lights were bright a lot of the time. Um, and there is still the occasional car that isn't as blinding, but it's still blinding enough that I can't cross the street sometimes. And I kind of understand why there's a lot of pedestrians and stuff that get hit at intersections because they're not the intersection, the corner itself where the pedestrian stands when they start to cross the street isn't bright enough. And when they start to cross, the person in the car turning doesn't see them because not only are they in a blind spot half the time, they're in the dark and they end up getting smoked by the car, and who knows what happens from there. Um, and that's tragic. It shouldn't work like that. If you want really bright headlights, you should have your high beams on. But in the city, you like any city, doesn't matter if it's Toronto, uh, Etobicoke, Oshawa, Ajax, Ottawa, Burlington, shouldn't matter. The You don't need your bright ass headlights in the city. You need to learn how to drive without them, like being so bright. I understand you need headlights, but they don't need to be so bright. And lost my train of thought. Um, I can't explain. I don't have an explanation as to why there's so many accidents during the day, but at night, I get it. I would imagine a lot of those accidents are caused by blind people because they're sitting at a light waiting and they think they can go, but they can't see the fact that the other car has moved first or vice versa. And because I've been in the car and I've sat at a light a green light to the point that the person behind me honked at me, but I couldn't see because of an oncoming turning car sitting there waiting to turn. I couldn't see and I didn't feel safe to turn because I didn't feel like getting T-boned. And it's just one of those things. Like, why do headlights need, like, the headlights themselves need to be so bright? The fog lights, high beams, sure. Actual headlights, I don't get it. I really don't. Doesn't help you see really any better. It shouldn't, like, your headlight should not make it look like it's daytime. And even though even though this is my opinion on bright headlights, I'm just going to throw in here, what is with all the people with the loud cars? Why is there so many people with loud cars? Do they think they're cool? I don't get it. You're not a macho man. You're not cool. Does not, in my opinion, I think it makes you look like a tool and that you have more money than brains. And that's my opinion. I'm going to state that. That's my opinion. It's not a fact. It's my opinion. And I don't see a point in having a loud car either. I think when I see a car like that driving down the street, a lot of the time it's a street racing car. And I think it's nice. It's a nice car until the person revs their engine in such a way that their muffler echoes to the other side of town, then it's like, that's no longer a nice car. Or the driver's an asshole. One of the two. But yeah. Either way, it's just, that's my opinion. And I need to state it. I don't know, when it comes to the headlights, I don't know who it is, if it's the car manufacturers or the people that are the individuals that own those cars putting in their own headlights. But if it's the people, the individuals who own those individual cars putting in their own headlights after they bought the car, they need to stop doing that. The lights are too bright and you're blinding people and you're unnecessarily having people get killed. You're contributing to it, I should say. You just don't realize it. Leave the headlights alone if you are trading out your headlights for brighter ones. If it's the car manufacturers, they need to dull it down a little, or angle the headlights down towards the ground more, or put in the feature like old cars apparently used to have, where you could angle your own headlights in some models. It's a problem that needs to be solved. I understand you need to see when you drive your car at night, no matter what you're doing or who you are. I get it. But I think if you can't make the lights duller, the manufacturers or whoever is making these bright lights, putting them in the cars, then at least the manufacturers need to put the angling option into models of cars, and not luxury ones that poor people can afford. It needs to be equal. And or make street lights brighter so you don't have to have such bright headlights. One or the other. Somebody will figure it out. Or at least I hope so. Okay. That's all I have to say about that right now. Thanks for listening if you did. Hopefully you can maybe agree with me or not, and maybe we can start something and get maybe something working, somebody getting something working on the problem to fix it. I don't know how that works. But thanks for listening anyway. Let me know how I did. Bye for now.